Madden Football is the home of the Super Bowl, and this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Commanders and the Jets, and it's coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Tonight, it is all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy, as it'll be the AFC champions taking on the NFC champions, the Washington Commanders. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, safe to say it has been a long time since we talked about the Jets and the Super Bowl. You have to go back to Joe Namath in Super Bowl III to find their last involvement in this game.
And Brandon, when I go back through the recesses of my mind, when Joe Namath was running off the field, Super Bowl III, forget it. I'm not counting up those years. Let's just say it's been a long time. And there's Jets fans who stuck around through it all, and what a night this could be if they can finish off what they've set out to do.
Meanwhile, the Commanders making their first appearance in this game with their new nickname. Remember, under their previous moniker, they made the big game 5 times and won it 3 of those.
But it's been more than 30 years since their last appearance here, partner. Super Bowl 26 in Minneapolis. That was the old Metrodome. Mark Rippon leading them to victory in that one.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. Bringing them out, the former Tar Heel, second-year pro, Sam Howell.
And there are a lot of quarterbacks who had terrific careers. Think about guys like Phillip Rivers, Randall Cunningham, Dan Fouts, Warren Moon. But they never got to a Super Bowl. Yet here he is in his second NFL season, already getting his chance. And we harken back to Dan Marino, another superstar, made it in his second year, lost the game, and never made it back again.
And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6. From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. Back to throw, Howell. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
We talk all the time about playmakers on offense, but let's face it, there are plenty of playmakers on defense, too. I think we just saw an example of one, didn't we? Not force that incompletion.
Yeah, he's a great corner. They got a couple of them on that side of the football. They'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Jermaine Johnson in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. On the return comes Cobb. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Now the Jets offense ready to take over, and they do so behind the now 40-year-old quarterback. He hit that milestone back on December the 2nd. Here is Aaron Rodgers.
And no doubt he's living out a dream right now. He's had dating back to his first days of playing football as a kid. But he certainly can't get lost in the moment right now. There's still a Super Bowl to be played, and his offense, they're looking to him to be their leader. He can take it all away when it's over. Right now, you've got the biggest game of your life to win.
And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. This Super Bowl, of course, just a huge one for this head coach. The first time he's walked the sidelines in a game of this magnitude. And I might normally ask the cliche, what's going through his mind right now? But maybe the better question, CD, what do you think of the pitfalls of being a first-time head coach in this game?
Well, you know it's something that he thought about, Brandon, and he had to. And he was thinking about it long before he got to this stage. As the season progressed and he saw that his team was good, if he was smart, he started to make plans right then and there.
This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in for the touchdown. Breece Hall with a first touchdown of this Super Bowl, and a long one at that. And the Jets will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Both sides of the football in sync early. You force the 3 and out, and then you take it down, score points.
You know what that tells me? They sold their game plan really well. Head coach said, listen, we're just going to stop them on 3 and out. We're going to take the ball downfield and score. But he also told them how it was going to happen. They're going to run this. We're going to stop it. Then we're going to take the ball. They won't be able to keep up with us. And they got it done.
Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. He's got it, and the Jets lead 7-0. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it was capped off by a touchdown pass to Breece Hall. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. Now a first carry here for Robinson. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A quick first down pickup. Good start after going 3 and out on their opening drive. Back to Robinson now on first down. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. On the toss, here's Robinson. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. It'll go as a pickup of 14 and a Washington first down. This time they'll throw it with Howell. A short one there, caught by Granson. They juked him, and he will go out right near the 35-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. They'll go play action. Howell. They're looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted. Picked up by Jordan Whitehead. That throw, Charles, in the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw, or maybe the ball's tipped, or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
On play action, it's Rodgers. And he'll let this go deep for Lazard. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Offenses all over continue to be aggressive, and most people never turn down a shot at a deep ball. But oftentimes, it attracts a little bit of extra attention. And it did on that play, and that one got knocked away.
And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Here's 3rd and 10. Rodgers now to throw. This pass out wide to Hall. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down. To throw is Rodgers. Been able to find Allen Lazard. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. From Commanders territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Back to the ground with Hall. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, a run with Hall. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. That brings us to the end of one in Super Bowl 58. Much more to come from Las Vegas after this. And after one, it's the Jets on top early. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we are back and ready to go for the 2nd quarter of the Super Bowl. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis, as always, thrilled to be with you. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. And a quick shuffle pass here is complete. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Zuerlein's kick is up and through. So another scoring drive there, Charles, and an early 2-score lead.
You'd like the 6 there, partner, but you'll take the 3, and I think they have to be happy about the way they moved the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And the Washington offense heading out. Howell and the Commanders come up now 1st and 10 at their own 23. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Howell, he'll look to throw it. Over the middle, brought in by Dotson. Taking it right down Broadway. Jahan Dotson. Touchdown, Washington. Jahan Dotson, 65 yards. And the Commanders are on the board here in this Super Bowl. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Extra point by Sly is up and good, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Now the Jet offense about to take over as they head out onto the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to...
And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A big pickup of 38.
I don't care what level of football you play. This one was a universal, wasn't it? When we were kids and we played touch football, remember we get in these positions and you just say, everybody go along and hope someone would come free.
Now here's a whistle as flags come in. And we'll check out the call.
Ball start, offense.
They get the USC man, Elijah Vera Tucker. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Give to Hall running right. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. They get 14 yards, but not enough for the first down due to the previous penalty. From the 23, here's 2nd and a yard. They'll go again with Hall. No dice this go around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Rodgers going to try and throw on 3rd down. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The Commanders' defense holds, and that'll bring up 4th down.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
Zerline's kick is up and through, and the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Jahan Dotson, the Commanders, set to take over. He's been good so far to this point in the second quarter. Need to get him even more involved, maybe?
I would agree with that. Definitely. Yeah, it's not even a question for me. The way he's playing, he's doing a nice job. Increase things. More touches, more opportunities. Maybe that can reverse things on the scoreboard for them.
They'll try to ratchet things up then maybe here in the second quarter. From the 22 now, here's a 2nd and 7. With a play fake, and now here's how to throw it. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. 2 minutes on the clock in the second quarter of this Super Bowl.
When you're lateral to the line of scrimmage, linebackers keep those shoulders square so they can go up and down. But when it's time to go, turn your shoulders just like a running back. Get through the line and hit the runner in the backfield.
2nd down, Howell back to pass. Sets up the screen to Robinson. Solid move, but he's corralled just beyond the 40. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Now Howell. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 40. A 3rd down gain of 19. Foul to the air on 1st and 10. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
And once more, Howell back to the air. This to Arnold on the short pass. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down. Howell. With the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Now we get a stoppage because, as you can see, a member of the Commanders in some obvious discomfort. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. And this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. The Jets going to take over now late in this first half. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that could change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Rodgers going to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Pass taken in by his big tight end. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down. Rodgers again now. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Curl. There he goes, right side. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Here's Howell. And he'll just get rid of it.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. Sly able to put this one through. And that will cut the lead back down to 3 at 13-10. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's when one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half of play. So we've reached halftime here in the Super Bowl, as we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. What a season this has been. Hard to believe it ends tonight, as we'll get back to you guys for the second half of this Super Bowl in just a moment. Both teams making their final adjustments of the season during this long halftime break. Who will claim the Lombardi Trophy? To find out, we go back to Brandon and Charles in Vegas for the second half of Super Bowl 58.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Here's the Jets offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. And I think you'd have to say their coaching staff, all things considered, had to be pleased with their performance in the first half of this Super Bowl.
Definitely pleased, doing their best not to show it to their team, of course, because as you and I both know, their mantra all season long has been finish. Get the job done. They know how close they are to lifting that trophy. One more solid half of football, and they can do exactly that.
40 yards rushing for him now to this point.
But I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
And they'll work with 4 receivers here on 3rd and 6. Here's Rodgers. And they're going to get him down well short of the first, as he can only get this to the 30. And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment, as a Jet was shaken up on that one. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. Here's Thomas Morstead now. And a fake here. Direct snap to the up man. And he spins free. Still going. He may go. The fake punt works to absolute perfection. And the Jets' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
Well, this is why you can never relax. You think that you stopped them on defense, and then they order a fake punt, and the run comes at you, and you're not prepared for it, and it goes all the way, and you've given up a touchdown.
Zerline now for the PAT. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Well, normally when your punter fakes it, you're just hoping for a first down. Then he got the first down and 6 points on top of it. What a play. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. First possession of the second half now for Washington. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
Powell out of the shotgun. Going right back to Dodson. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. The start for them near flawless. Defense gets them a 3 and out. 2 quick pass connections on offense.
So that's how a team works together. Just what you described. Get them the ball, give them a little momentum, and they're capitalizing off of that. Thanks a lot, guys.
And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. 13 yards there and a Washington first.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially that first time.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. Just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Off play action. It's Howell. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Robinson will try to pick it up. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. 9 yards that time.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Ball start. Offense.
Oh, jumping early from his tight end spot. Maybe trying to get a jump start on that route.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right about that. And oftentimes when you see that, that means the play call was supposed to come in his direction, and he was eager to go catch a pass.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Quinnen Williams breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. Howell down to throw it. And the pressure gets to him again. C.J. Mosley, his second sack of the night.
How about that, partner? His second sack of the game, and that puts him in some pretty good company. 17 guys have had 2 sacks in the previous 52 Super Bowls, but only 3 have had the record number of 3 sacks in this game.
And we've got the list here. If he gets another one and everyone behaves nicely, we might just list those out for him. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Throwing here, Howell. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. Rodgers and the Jets now with a 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. Out of the gun, he'll throw. This one deep for Wilson. And that's caught inside the 30. And touchdown! Garrett Wilson, 83 yards. And the Jets will extend their third-quarter lead here in the Super Bowl. It took them a while to get their speedster involved, but they found him downfield there.
And what we've discovered as we've watched games is the speedster doesn't have to have a lot of catches, doesn't have to have volume in order to have a huge impact on the game. His speed scares the heck out of defenses, and other guys can capitalize, but when you finally hit him and he carries it all the way into the end zone, that's what you're paying him for. That big threat that can make big plays on a limited number of catches.
That's how you step on the stage with your first catch, take it to the house. Zerline connects on the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a Jet was shaken up on that one. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They start on the ground with Robinson here. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
I think if they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. Now a throw here to his running back. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. 13 yards there and a Washington first. On the counter, this is Robinson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. There was Will McDonald bursting in there and making that play. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Robinson with another carry. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. We are through 3 quarters of play here from Allegiant Stadium. It's Super Bowl 58. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And there's just 1 quarter that remains in this edition of the biggest game of the year, the Super Bowl, as we get set for the 4th quarter. Howell throwing on 3rd down here. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by DJ Reed. And the Jets are going to get it back here just past the 35. But here in the 4th quarter, defensively, you know that you're just going to blanket the field with defensive backs and saying, okay, take your best shot. And that time, it's intercepted.
And we've often seen teams go into the prevent early, way too early, and sometimes they get too soft in their coverages, but not in this case. They understood the situation and played it with the proper aggression.
Now, hang on. We've got an injured player down there, and that's Aaron Rodgers, the quarterback, shaken up. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra.
Hall has it knocked loose, and it's Washington that scoops it up. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. He has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
After review of the play, ruling on the field.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. On 3rd down, here's Hall. And he's going to be met at about the 43. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Zerline's kick is up and through. Charles, even as long field goals become more and more common, this is still very rarefied air. Only just over 20 field goals have been kicked from 60 yards or further, and you can add his name to the list now.
And as calm as he tried to present himself, there's no doubt there were some nerves as he lined up to attempt that kick. But once the ball was snapped, he just swept the leg and boom, over the crossbar.
And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. So out comes Washington's offense to take over. Those Super Bowl hopes that they had really dwindling now here in the 4th quarter. That NFC crown that they got 2 weeks ago seems like a distant memory as they have been outplayed tonight. Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. And he's going to be taken to the ground right there at the 35-yard line. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, give him 14.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws. They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they've forced in this runaway contest.
Here's a screen for Robinson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The Washington passing game dialed in now. It's a first down. Howell looking to throw again. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked up by DJ Reed. And the Jets are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. Another solid game-changing play for this defense for the interception. At this point, though, I don't know that it's game-changing. I mean, they've got this one in firm control.
And you always hear about, you know, those stories about someone left their game plan behind and maybe you benefit from it. I'm not going to say that that happened, but they certainly have appeared on defense to be a step ahead this entire game. Guys are always in the right spot in order to make a play.
The offense has had its moments, too. They'll start on the... Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this will be scooped up in the end zone. A defender gets there, and it's a touchdown. And what we just saw, very, very rare. We only had 5 of those in the first 50 Super Bowls.
The biggest stage, the biggest game, and we just saw it happen again. Extraordinary.
The defense has been good, and they were good again there.
Hey, kill. Hey, kill. Hey, kill.
Extra point by Sly is up and good, and that cuts this lead down to 13. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The offense for the Jets ready to take over. And they have been the better of the two sides to this point with a 2-score lead, fourth quarter of this Super Bowl, and the Lombardi Trophy within reach as they start this drive 1st and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Going for the knockout blow right there. I think if I'm up 2 scores, I'd be worried about an interception, but playing this way is what got him this lead. So you may as well ride it out to the end.
Yeah, he'll fight for a couple as the tackle is made at about the 32. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Cameron Curl. He may go. And he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. Sly on for the extra point. And the lead will shrink to 6. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. This fielded right at the goal line. Now a hit and a loose football. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And he'll get this back down to about the 12-yard line. And while all of that, and now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And the tension ratcheting up all around. A one-score game, fourth quarter of the Super Bowl. This is what you folks came for. Every play with the potential to win or lose a title as they look to drain some time off this clock. Second down and 8. Here's Hall again. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Off play action, it's ripping. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. picked off by Cameron Curl. And the Commanders are right back in this football game.
Yes, folks, that is his third interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around the defense, maybe not a specific assignment. His assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
This is 1st and 10. And Howe will throw it. And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly the 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down. Back to throw, Howell. Caught out right side by Robinson. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Commanders football as we get back to it. What a Super Bowl it's been to this point. Now a critical 3rd down here. Powell. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Washington. Brian Robinson Jr., 52 yards. And the Commanders... from taking the lead in the 4th quarter of this Super Bowl. A very important extra point there, up and good, and that is going to put them on top by a point, and it sets us up for quite a finish. And they'll get him down inside the 30 to 27. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. He's likely still kicking himself from the interception last drive that wound up leading to a go-ahead score.
And he's going to assume all that came with that one, all right? That's all on him, but he also knows he's got to erase it from his mind and get back out there. This drive, very important.
Here's 2nd down and 3. Now Whippen. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. Clock running as Washington will try and hurry up. Whippen. He finds Randall Cobb with a completion. The Jets are going to use the 1st of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. Plenty of time and 2 timeouts still at their disposal. 1st and 10 here. On the draw, it's Hall. They'll get this down to the 38.
I know a lot of people won't like the draw called in that situation, but every now and then that pops big. In this case, it didn't happen.
Here comes 2nd down. Hall again. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. They still got 2 timeouts. Got to start using them, don't they?
You absolutely have to. You save them for this situation, but you have to use them.
Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. They'll come to the line now on a 3rd and 6. Paul want to give up the middle. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. So it'll all come down to the booming right leg of Greg Zuerlein. And Washington now going to use the 1st of their 3 timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And now this game's going to come down to the right leg of their kicker. This undoubtedly the biggest kick of his life. And his kick is good. The field goal is through the uprights, and they've won the Super Bowl. And the New York Jets have won the Super Bowl. And the Lombardi Trophy will be in the Big Apple. And when this moment comes, I think you look back at all the blood, sweat, and tears, the offseason, the workouts, training camp, week 1, 2, 3, all building up now to say you're a Super Bowl champion. It's worth it.
It certainly is, and rarely do we have a team that hoists the Lombardi Trophy that didn't have their share of bumps along the way, didn't have to face some adversity in the journey, and now they get to just enjoy it and revel in it. And all offseason, they'll be signing their autographs with Super Bowl champion underneath it.